petals. It's so beautiful. What an incredible time of year. It's really just expressing itself with overflowing abundance, as you can see. So full of life, so full of color, so full of food, so full of herbs, so full of beauty and flowers. It's really such a joy to interact with.
So, welcome to the Turtle Lake Community Farm. This is our mid-summer update.
Yes.
And look at the beautiful abundance that is in the garden. So we did a early spring, late winter update where we were in this garden and it was covered in snow and totally empty. And now here we are. The fruits of the labor has come into fruition. It has been a magical, amazing, abundant year in the garden, and it is full of life as we are full of life, as the season reflects that around us. It's been an incredible year, an incredible summer, so lush, so much water. We've had just an incredible monsoon season where this garden has basically been irrigated almost all summer entirely by the rains. And we are feeling really nourished, really fed on a lot of levels, on the community level, on the physical level, which is lots of food coming out of this garden, and also from like a beauty standpoint where life is just really alive here in this space.
Yes, such a joy to see where the garden is at, reflect on the late winter update when it was all just the promise of possibility, but it was hidden underground underneath the snow, just as a dormant promise of what could be, and now to be actually interacting with these tassels of corn and the incredible beans that are climbing up the corn, and the squash jungle that's right over there, and the incredible quinoa amaranth creatures on that side, and just to see the full expression of these seeds of intention placed in the ground with so many helping hands and loving hearts. Work days full of love and music, little live music stage over there. So much contribution from within and without that has made this a possibility to interact with, to play with, to become creatively dazzled by.
Absolutely. And as we mentioned in that video, this garden was built on our 3-pillar seeds design model, where it is fundamentally rooted in supporting and nourishing the individual being. So any of us coming into this space to deepen into ourselves, to deepen into our radical authenticity and the unique experience of aliveness that each of us feel in our own unique way, and have that garden support that experience, support that relationality, so that we deepen our knowing of ourselves. That's the first pillar. And the second pillar is that we're deepening connection with each other. And so we designed this whole garden with wide paths, with aesthetics, with beauty, with a stage in the corner to facilitate live music, with a market stand right out front of it to bring our neighbors around, so that when we're in this space, we're facilitating human connection. We're facilitating cultural building, right? Where we're doing recommoning practices. We're coming out here together as a community-based model to work on this land and tend this land. And I can't tell you how many hands have touched this soil, have planted seeds in this garden this season. It's absolutely incredible. That's the second pillar. And the third pillar is the reanimation of life, right? To make life alive again all around us. And so this garden was designed with aesthetics, with beauty, with bringing in pollinators, with bringing in many different creatures to be a part of this. We have an altar stand in the middle of the garden, in the center of our garden, covered by a sacred squash that self-seeded itself right in the altar. So we have an altar space where we give harvest, and we give offerings to this garden, where when we come into this space, we're feeling a deepened level of aliveness, of connection, of
Mm-hmm.
mystery, of magic, and of animation, right?
Yes.
Of beauty. So we want to be in here. We want to be
Yes.
tending the soil. We want to be planting the seeds because it's
Yes.
making us more alive and it's making life more alive. So we're growing as individuals, we're growing as a culture, and life around us is growing as well. Those three pillars in combination is the ecocentric evolutionary model. We do those three things, we can generate a future beyond our wildest imaginings. And we're starting right here, starting small
Yes.
in this little quarter-acre garden, less than a quarter-acre garden. And it's humble beginnings, but it is a beautiful process.
Yes.
And we just wanted to show you on
Just
this
wanted to
perfect evening as the sun is setting
take a
after a
walk with
nice
you
rain
here.
to take a walk with you here. So we're going to give you some
Yes.
highlights of this garden. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out if you have any questions. We're totally interested in collaborations and working with people who want to birth this new future possibility,
Yes.
informed by this present moment, the weight, the grief, the gravity of the now, but to act in a way that's celebrating life, that's celebrating what has been and birthing new possibilities of a new future together. And together we can do this. So thank you so much.
Yes, yes. And we truly are evolutionary agents, all of us. And we really believe when we hold that holistic design framework of these three pillars in mind, we can participate with life and the unfoldment of life in ever more creative, beautiful, connecting, and inspiring ways. So this little project shows one example of how that can be, but truly it is infinite, and we can't wait to keep playing in different contexts and bioregions with different groups and individuals of how this ecocentric framework can be applied to all corridors and corners and contexts of life within and without.
Absolutely.
So thanks for being a part of it.
Be well.
Be well.